Hello, everyone. I'm going to introduce you to one of the best qualitative analysis software. It's called MAXQDA. And as you can see here, when you open MAXQDA, this is what you're going to see. So let me open one of my projects so that I can give you an idea about how it looks like. Then I'm going to introduce you to this software. And if you are new to this software, don't be overwhelmed. When you go there, you can see a lot of functions and you don't know where to click. What should I use? Which one is the best? But the good thing is that there are some of the basic functions that can help you to analyze your data and present your findings. And this is what my video is all about. I'm going to demystify the process so that you'll be able to upload all your transcript, code all your transcript, develop themes, and also visualize and export the outputs that are needed for you to start writing your report, right? So this software can be used to analyze both qualitative and quantitative data. And as you can see, you can upload any kind of qualitative transcript, and even you can upload a survey data for the system to help you to analyze. As you can see here, this is my document. And these are the codes that I've created. You can see that my first research question, and I have all my themes here. And then when you go down here, I have the second research question and the themes that are under. And here too will be the display of the transcript. So you can see that this is transcript P1, and this is the display of participant 1 transcript. You double click here, you can also display participant 2 transcript. Then you may ask me, where are the excerpts? How can I easily get access to all the quotations that are relevant? Very simple. If you want to get all the quotations that are relevant, you can just click on the document and it will select, or we call it activate, all the transcript here. Then you can also click on this part, right? So let's say you want to see all the quotations related to research question 1. You click on research question 1 container and it will select all the themes and the codes, right? You can see the codes under everything has been activated. And you can see here that there are 14 coded segments. Segments are quotations that have been extracted from the data. So these are all the 14. And you can easily create a word cloud based on all the quotations here. You can click here and create a word cloud. And as you can see, within a few seconds, you have your word cloud. You can make an adjustment to it. You can go to format. You can adjust the colors that you want to use. You can make a lot of adjustment. You can export after that, right? So when you go to start here, you can export this word cloud. You can also interact with your segment by clicking on chat with listed text segments. So you can interact with that with AI. So there are many things that you can do with your data. It's limitless. It's a lot. And that's why sometimes people will become so overwhelmed. They don't know which function that you have to use. But this is why you are here. I'm going to show you those functions that can help you to get your findings and start writing. And if you want me to go into detail any of the function, please let me know. I will do a detailed video, a longer video concerning that. This is just an overview, so to help you to get started. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about MAXQDA. And before I do a demonstration, let's understand basic information about qualitative analysis. And then I'll go ahead and show you how to use this tool in an efficient way so that we can get most of it. So before I talk about MAXQDA, I just want to introduce myself. I'm a methodology expert and also the founder of the Center for Research Method Consulting. And if you have any questions about your study, or if you want to analyze your data and you're not sure about how to analyze, you can consult me. I'll be able to provide you all the information. If you want to contact me, my email address is in the description section. You can use that to get in touch with me, and I'll be able to meet you one-on-one and address any question that you have about your qualitative research. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It keeps the channel going, right? So in this presentation, I'm going to talk about qualitative analysis. I just give you a brief information about qualitative analysis and also give you the types of analysis, different two main types of analysis. I'm going to also talk about coding, right? And lastly, I'll show you how to use MAXQDA from the beginning to the end. So what is qualitative analysis? We have many definitions of qualitative analysis, but think about this one, right? So it's a process of coding. Coding is identifying information that are significant and developing a label to represent that information you have identified. Sorting. After you have identified significant information and developed codes, another process is categorizing the code so that at the end of the day, you have themes addressing your research question. Connecting. Sometimes you want to go beyond just categorizing the codes and developing themes. You also want to find out the connection between the themes and what a kind of relationship that you can see based on the data. Informed by the data, what are the connections that you can see from the data? Based on that, you'll be able to develop a theory that can be used to explain a process or a phenomenon. You can see it's like preparing the data so that the information will be consumable to your audience. You are preparing it, you are grouping them, you are extracting information that are significant. Then you are presenting the way that makes sense to your audience. You are reducing, as you are doing the analysis, you are taking the information that are not relevant out and only focus on the relevant information. What are the relevant information? Any information that will help you to address your research question or meet the purpose or the objective of the study. It's also a way of representing the data. You can use visual representation, word cloud, word tree, tables, diagrams to represent what participant gave you. Data analysis can be viewed as summarizing the data so that it will be consumable to your audience. When you think about data analysis, think about all these concepts, right? So if you want to learn more about how to analyze your qualitative data, my book, Step-by-Step Guide to Qualitative Data Coding, will be the best for you. So this one is the first edition. The second edition is coming very soon in March 2026. So there are many types of qualitative analysis, right? But the two main types that are popular is the thematic analysis and also content analysis. Thematic analysis use inductive process. You go through all the transcripts, right? Identify information that are significant and then develop codes and categorizing the codes and developing themes. So you are developing themes as you go through the data, right? And it's very different from content analysis because content analysis how we generate codes and themes informed by the literature or the conceptual framework or the initial data that you have reviewed. Then you go through the data, identify evidence, and connect them to the codes and themes that you have already generated. So that's the two main different types, but you know there's always going to be similarities. If you want to know more, you can read more about this so that you see which one you think is appropriate for your study. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to use thematic analysis process, right, where it follows the inductive process. So another concept that you have to know about is coding. What is coding? Coding is searching or looking for relevant information. You're going to ask me, what is relevant? Any information that will help you to meet the objectives of the study or address a research question or that is important to you based on what you are looking for is relevant. So you go through, not all the information participants are giving is relevant, right? So you have to go through and extract the ones that you think is important. So you extract. Then you develop a label. A code is just a tag that represents the significant information. So after coding, you can categorize your code to develop themes and then use the themes to address your research question. But sometimes you can go beyond developing themes. So now we move on to MAXQDA. And these are the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to show you how to prepare your data preparation process. Secondly, I'm going to talk about setting up your demographics. Third one is creating containers for your research question. And the fourth one is coding your data, right? What is the data coding process? And then I move on to how to categorize your code and to develop themes. And lastly, a lot of ways of developing visual presentation, so we can try some of them and then explore which one may be significant for you.